Yeah, welcome everyone. Welcome to another day of Be Agile Scrum. And before we begin, let me quickly remind you with all the core values that we tend to follow, and we follow it over here into Agile Be Scrum classes. Um, Agile, when we talk about Agile, Agile is full of ceremonies. Ceremonies means what? What comes in your mind and what do you remember? Agile means what, everyone?
Ceremonies, meetings.
Meetings, absolutely right, Aparna. So each and every ceremony as a scrum master for you to demand you to and for others to arrange in a way that everyone shows up live, be it in person or remote. Okay. So, but when you show up live, but also you are not on time. What is expected out of you? You just don't show up on time. You be there before time. Okay. And when you are before time, you are this is considered as a on time. Okay. If you are on time, it means you are late. Okay, just follow that. Okay. Remain punctual, be highly committed. In case you are not practitioner of these traits, considering this training itself as a project, and once you get placed, will let you demonstrate these traits over there once you get placed, because it is said that how you do anything is how you do everything. When you do so, you also chose to learn and you became a student, but we want you to be the full stack student who does all the assignments, be said or unsaid, do self-research and repeat what they learn. While you do so, it's quite easy for you to finish what you start and hit the success. And you can take the full responsibility of that. But when you don't finish or leave in between, you may not hit the success, but you may hit the failure. So in that case, also take the full responsibility of that. Why? Because when you accept it, embrace it, there are chances you may recognize and go back and correct it, and then you may realize that failure was not a failure, that may be the trail to the success or became the part of the success. And to do so, it really requires a concrete mindset, the very first one, to which we know as a Kaizen mindset. So what do we mean by Kaizen mindset? Any idea? Kaizen, what do we mean by that? This is a Japanese word. Many of you might be knowing already. What do we mean by Kaizen?
Continuous improvement.
Absolutely right. Continuous improvement. So Kaizen mindset, and for that you need to inculcate the learning mindset. More learning minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more positive. More positive minded you will become, you will find yourself growing more complaint free, in a way that you can deliver any project with the stringent timeline or with the lack of resources in that case. And more you do that, you may lead to the gratitude mindset that leads to the highest level of productivity. While you do so, you need to remember to start your day with the highest level of receptivity. And for that very reason, I have something 30 days challenge that I generally talk about, that impacts your every single activity every single day with the positive outcome. If you also want to experience that, participate in this 30 days challenge is an audio program, and that you can ask after the session. Just DM me and I'll be happily sharing with you all. And while you do so, remember that any deep learning, you need to embrace the golden quadrant of learning that comes with 4 easy steps. Okay, the very first and second we do it here, and third and fourth is done at your own place. So when we say first and second is the declaration with the anchor driven by deep learning, we will do it here. Then we will draw, okay, whatever you have learned after 24 hours, draw on using pen and paper, and then summarize it in front of camera in less than 90 seconds, whatever you have learned, in a way that 5 years old can understand. That's the challenge you can take. Maximum you can extend that up to 3 minutes, but not more than that. Okay, so this is how you are going to do. So we will do declaration and anchor. So in our first day session, I have talked about already what is anchor, the science behind it, and the declaration, and what is the science behind it. So let's do that. So I'm going to put the anchor first, and you are going to model me. So what I'm going to do is that I'll be counting 1, 2, 3, and then I'll give myself self high five. You know the reason behind it, the scientific reason behind it. So you are going to model me, and then I'm going to read the selected statement on your screen that you can see, and then you are going to repeat after me. That's the modeling you are going to do. So unmute yourself. Say yes if you all can see the selected statement on your screen, everyone.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And now be ready to model me. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
I'm a quick learner.
What others can learn and master,
What others can learn and master,
I too can do that.
I too can do
I
that.
too can do that.
One more time with the next statement, and let me select that too over here. And please model me now. 1, 2, 3, and clap and repeat. Because I'm an awesome learner.
Because I'm an awesome learner.
Today's learning is going to be
Today's learning is going to be
super duper easy to me.
super duper easy to me.
Yes, it is going to be because you said so. And in case before we take a deep dive into now the next step of the deep learning, before that, let me quickly remind you that you are here and you need to be a giver. When we say giver, it means that especially for those learners who are seasoned, so that you need to think of this, that keeping ego away on the path of learning, that will make you more spiritually grounded on the path of growth. When I say spiritually grounded, it means that your happiness level enhances, and happiness is today's new productivity, and that's the demand of the corporate. And while you do so, you need to remember you are not here just to learn but also to earn. And it is said that what you want more of, you must start giving away the portion of. And in case you are already earning, can you think of giving away 1 to 10% anything to the causes wherever you believe in case you are not earning? Can you have an at least intention to give away once you get placed and start earning? That is up to 10% anything that you can give away. So where you can give away, in which causes you may believe in, that could be donating into orphanages or feeding hungry children or old age home donation, or any churches, mosque or gurudwara or temple, that wherever you believe in. Why? Because when you give, you grow. When you receive, you may survive. And I'm sure that none of you are here for the survival but for the growth. And while you do so, remember to appreciate what you do, what others do for you. And even it doesn't seem like it is helping you out, continue to do so, because it is said that what you appreciate appreciates you back. And how we are going to remain connected, a quick reminder, that is every Sunday we are going to meet for the technical session at 10 p.m. EST. Monday also we are going to meet for the technical session. Okay, just give me a second why it shows not that. Okay, Tuesday you must do the you must attend the RRP session. Okay, and then Wednesday you do the assignment from the learning of Sunday. Thursday also attend the RRP session, that is the reference ready resume preparation. That strengthens your visibility, credibility, and marketability. And Friday you do the assignment from the learning of um, do the assignment from the learning of next technical session, that was on Monday. And Saturday you can choose to relax or have a breather day, or in case you have not done the assignment, please do so. And if you want to repeat research or prepare any question for the next technical session, please do so. And this is how we are going to remain connected. So this was a quick reminder for all of us that how we are going to run through this training program. Now, coming back to from where we had left off, you all remember that what we were learning. So who remember that what we were learning? What topic we were into? Who can tell?
Sprint planning.
Yes, absolutely right. That's visible as well, and anyone could have guessed, but you got the you grabbed the opportunity. Thank you so much for sharing that. Yes, it is sprint planning we are learning. So during the sprint, this part we have already seen. Now understand, once sprint starts, okay, what every single day we are going to do when it comes to implementation. I want quickly someone to grab the opportunity to read this first bullet point over on your screen. Please go ahead.
Every morning of the sprint, the project team gets together for a short daily stand-up meeting under 15 minutes. This meeting takes place at the same time every day and includes everyone on the project. Everyone stand up for the meeting to keep everyone focused and to keep the meeting short. Often a timer is set to so that the meeting does not run long.
Right. Thank you so much for reading this out, Swarupa. Appreciate that. Yeah. So one thing you need to be very careful of as a Scrum Master, okay, that your meeting time is really time boxed and it should not exceed the time which is given for this stand-up meeting. And this stand-up meeting, which is also known as daily stand-up, is also, it also holds one more name. What do we call it? What do we call it? Any guesses? Be it wrong. So that's okay. But I want you to guess. Daily stand-up will have one more name. Anyone remember that?
Scrum meeting.
Yes, absolutely right. That's a daily scrum. Okay. You call them as a scrum meeting. But the duration is how long it is going to be?
15 minutes.
10 minutes.
15 minutes. What if it goes to 16 minutes? Should be acceptable and continue with that?
No, maximum 15
No.
minutes.
Maximum, absolutely right, Geeta. Maximum time duration is 15 minutes. You can wrap it up before that, but it should not prolong that. Okay. And the moment you hear the word daily stand-up, what does its significance? I mean, why? What is the significance of stand-up? Any idea?
Everybody should stand and attend the meeting.
Yes, you're right. Everybody has to stand up. No one is going to, sit down and attend this meeting. Okay. Otherwise, purpose will defeat. Okay. The reason behind is that if you stand, you can maximum stand for 15 minutes. And in case it prolongs, people feel like sitting down. It means that if you miss to apply the timer, that is the reminder for you that it is getting prolonged. Please wrap it up. Okay. But at the same time, you need to remember one thing, that this stand up you may run and people will stand up literally. But what if people are geographically distributed? In that case, how you are going to tackle it?
You have to be on camera.
Yes, absolutely right. You have to switch on your camera literally. Okay. There is no exception. You can't go and move away without camera giving any reason. Okay. Else people will ask you continuously to shift offshore, or you may not be any longer in the project. Are you getting my point, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is that sensitive. Okay. So initially it may not sound sensitive, but the moment it will start impacting the career in the company, you will start sensing, okay, this could be the precaution that you could have taken. Everyone understanding the sensitivity of it?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding that. Now, each person on the team is tasked to answer 3 simple questions. Okay. Here it says that yesterday, what did you do? Today, what you are planning to do? Or anything is impeding or blocking progress toward the sprint goal. See, it has evolved. Okay, the questions have been evolved. Earlier, as per Scrum Guide, these were mandatory. But now, Scrum Master is more interested to know one thing. And do you know what is that? Any guess? In this stand-up meeting, Scrum Master from everyone is interested to know one very important thing.
Impediments or blockage.
Yes, absolutely right. What is holding you back to move ahead? Okay, first tell me that. Rest, if you don't, that's okay. But if you need to remember these 3 questions, I had given you 3 abbreviation, that how you can remember that. So who remember that, what 3 abbreviation I had spoken last time? You need to remember 3 things. What were the those things? Anyone remember here? No? Okay. Either I have not told you or you might have not remembered it. Okay. So 3 things are, what is the first thing? What do you see? What do you see first thing, everyone?
L8.
L8. What could be the full form of L8? Imagine and try to connect with these 3 questions. What could be the L8? L8. What is the second one?
N8.
N8. And third one is
BN.
BN. Okay. Yeah. So L8 could be what? Imagine yeah, go ahead. Imagine these are 2 buttons. There are 2 buttons. Okay. One is written Let and one is Net. What could be this button be indicating to? Net could be what? Imagine a software on that there are two buttons. Okay. You need to move to the screens, right? So there are two buttons always. What could be those? To move through the screen.
Right and left buttons.
Okay. What is another name if I need to move forward over here? What could be the name of this button?
Last
Right and left.
Yeah. So this is right and this is left. Okay. If I need to move to another screen after it, what could be the name of this button?
Back, front, previous, next. Like,
No. So if you need to go to previous, then you will go left, right?
yeah.
And if you go to beyond this screen,
Next.
what?
Back.
Next.
Yes. Next. So this will be what? What
Next.
you can read it?
Left.
Next. 8.
Next state. And then what you will read this?
Left.
Last
Yeah.
page.
Last state. Of course, right. So last state means what?
Previous one.
Yeah. So last state, what could be the full form of this last state? What do you need to tell?
Last 8 hours.
Yeah, last 8 hours, what did you do? So that you will remember Let. Okay. Net means next state means what?
Next
Current.
8 hours.
Yeah,
Next,
current.
yeah, next 8 hours, what you are going to do, right?
Hmm.
If you know that what this is last state, this is next state, and BN will be what? In which your Scrum Master is more interested. What could be that? Full form of BN?
Between.
No?
Talking next.
Okay. So when you feel stuck, you're
Yeah,
not able to move ahead. So there is another name of that word.
Blocking next.
Okay.
Blockages.
Okay. So say for example,
Backlog.
Bottleneck.
bottleneck. Yes, you're right. So there are three terms you need to remember. Let, Net, BN means last state, next state, bottleneck. Can you all speak with me this? Last state, next state, bottleneck. 1, 2, 3, go.
Last state.
Last
Next
state,
state.
next
Bottleneck.
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 One more time for me, please. Last state,
Last state. Next
eh,
state.
next
Bottleneck.
bottleneck. One more time, last. Last
Last
state,
state.
Last
Next
state,
state. Bottleneck.
state,
bottleneck.
bottleneck. Now, will you remember that?
Yes.
In stand-up meeting, what do you have to speak? You have to speak only three things. Last state, what I did. Next state, what I am going to do. And bottleneck, if I am experiencing it. Got it? Yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Easy way to remember? Yes or no?
Yes.
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 Super. So this is how you are going to remember. However, this is okay. You can choose any which way, but I would recommend this because with this you remember that. Okay, what exactly you need to say. Now, these three questions allow for complete transparency. Okay, what happens? Now I have another interesting question. Imagine you are a Scrum Master. So let me see who all are here. Okay. So everyone is a Scrum Master. That's okay. I'll just ask you individually. Say, for example, everyone. If you are Scrum Master, Swarupa, Geeta, Aparna, Ujjwala, Jubran, Ponu, if you want that this project has to be highly transparent and everyone should know that who is doing what. Okay. Then there is one way that everyone when speaks in stand-up meeting, you pay attention. Okay. You pay attention so that everyone knows who is doing what, right? This is one way. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. But there are highly chances that you may miss up. Okay. You may miss that who is attending what. Okay. Then in that case, there could be another way as well. See, now when we started, we said one very important thing, just deviating from what we are learning right now. Your product backlog is owned by whom?
Product owner.
product owner. And your developers own one thing. What is that?
Sprint backlog.
Sprint backlog, right? And when we developer owns the sprint backlog, it means that they are going to work throughout the sprint. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So when they are going to work throughout the sprint, it means that who is the responsible for this entire sprint? If you accept this product owner, who all are responsible for this entire sprint?
The
Who is remain?
developers.
The developers. Okay. If for the stand-up meeting, if someday Scrum Master is not there, what should happen? Who should run the stand-up meeting? Who should chair the stand-up meeting? Who should facilitate this stand-up meeting?
Scrum Master only is in charge, right?
Yeah, Scrum Master is the only in charge. But imagine if you are the Scrum Master and you know that tomorrow you are not going to come. In that case, what you can do?
Can developer do that?
We can
Yeah,
assign.
yeah, you can ask someone, you can request someone to do that. Now, say for example, Pono is the assignee. Scrum Master was Ujjwala. Ujjwala is going out for 1 week, and she says that, hey, Ponu, I'll not be there next week. Can you be the Scrum Master in my absence? And you run that. Ponu says that, hey, I'll be there tomorrow, but another 3 days even I'm not there. And I know that there are 9 team members are there. Okay. So in that case, what Ponu should do?
I should allocate the work to the development team. They will
Yeah.
continue the meeting.
In fact, everyone is the part of developers. Okay. So you can now think bit creatively. So definitely it may happen when Ujjwala is going on vacation, she can hand over to Ponu. So this is a good idea to hand over to Ponu. But still, what the purpose I want to achieve is that everyone should know everyone else's work. So how creatively I can come up, and even in my absence, I'll make sure that everyone is well aware of everyone else's work. So what creatively you can do that? Do what you can do.
We can assign to few people, like one or two people. If one is not available, second one can take over.
Okay. Imagine there are 5 people. Okay. You say that you will assign one person. If he is not there, then you have also chosen the another person.
Yes.
Okay. You will assign that. So is this creative or is this norm? It's regular way of thinking, right?
Yeah.
It's
So
regular.
what else can be the creative way? So this is okay. I agree with that. We can do that, definitely. But my core purpose cannot be still achieved. That there are chances that if you have assigned to Ponu, and Ponu, when she is conducting the stand-up meeting, Swarupa may not pay attention for the Kajal, what Kajal is working on. Kajal may not pay attention on what Aparna is working on. They may not even realize if there is dependency of the work on each other's item. So how will you ensure that everyone is always on top of each other's? I'll give you 2 methods. One, I would like to hear from you. So how you can become creative? This is the normal way, what you have suggested, Geeta. Okay. What else can happen?
Kanban board.
Okay, Kanban board is there. So there you are more aware of that what work is moving, right? So definitely as a Scrum Master, you should be looking at the board. You should be keeping yourself updated that who is doing what as a Scrum Master. But my question is that everyone is well aware that who is doing what. And that can be achieved in the stand-up meeting. Yeah, one way is that you can assume that everyone will pay attention. Second, this way that you have assigned one primary person and one secondary person. If primary is not there, secondary will take the charge. That's one way. What else can happen? Think. You are the Scrum Master. You are going away. There are remaining 5 or 6 people, are there 5 people? What else you can do? One, you can opt for Ponu and Kajal. Second, what else can be done apart from this?
In team, in team, one team member can willingly ready to serve as a Scrum Master, as a teamwork.
Right. One person can volunteer for
Yes.
doing this activity. That's what you are saying. Okay.
Yes.
So that I agree. But so you are saying, are you saying that if Ujjwala is going, she hands over to Ponu, and in Ponu's presence, Kajal can be handed over. But at the same time, Kajal is saying that now Geeta can volunteer as well. So your 3 days are covered, right? But still, I'm not sure whether Jubran and Aparna and Swarupa will pay attention to others' work or not. So what else? Did I understand something lesser? You wanted to say something else? You can still elaborate that.
I have a point, Guru.
Yeah.
Who's becoming a Scrum Master? They need to ask that 3 questions, right?
Right.
So in that
In
way,
fact, they need to give the reminder, you are going to give me these 3 answers. So he's the facilitator. He does not have to ask more, but yeah, definitely he will guide or coach. But stand-up is something where you need to understand the blockers. Okay, what is stopping you to move ahead? Okay, but to facilitate this meeting, I have this question in absence of Scrum Master. My thing is to achieve one more point, that everyone gets the transparency. Okay, everyone understand who is doing what, and that is also another purpose of this stand-up meeting. So how will you ensure that everyone is knowing that who is doing what? One, I route this question to another question, that in absence of Scrum Master, you are coming up with the right points, assign this to someone else. Now, in that question, I have further that still it is not going to justify the transparency. So, because assigning just one person does not make sure that everyone else will be aware who is doing what. They may get lost into their own thoughts until their turn comes up, right?
Mhm.
How will you achieve this transparency level as a Scrum Master?
Self-managing.
Yes, these are the self-managing team. So how they will do that? Can you just try to give one example, Gibran?
Each one is responsible for his work.
Right? Each one is responsible for their own work. But at the same time, each one can be aware of each other's work to unblock the dependency, right?
Mhm.
So what idea comes in your mind? 5 people are there?
So,
Yeah, Punu, try.
yeah, maybe the product owner can take.
Okay, product owner is optional. He may not at all present. Okay. So in
Okay.
that case,
Can we rotate the work?
can we give a round of applause to Aparna for thinking that? Thank you so much, Aparna, for bringing this. This is what the creative work is, Aparna. You are absolutely right. Yes, you can rotate this, and there are method to rotate that. One, while Ujjwala is going back, and you can ask that, hey, can you go alphabetical order every single day and rotate the Scrum Master work? And in case of any impediment, definitely you just drop me message. Okay, or if you can resolve by your own self, that's all right. This is just matter of a week. Otherwise, I'll be just phone away. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2 is that when we are this is more engaging. Okay, when you are running the Scrum Master, Ujjwala has handed over to Ponu. Now Ponu, you will in the next day randomly pick one person for the next day Scrum Master, and then other person next day will randomly pick the another person who has not been the Scrum Master. And because this is the self-managed team, self-motivating team, you have to take this charge. right? This will gamify things. This will bring the transparency. This will bring the ownership. This will bring the proactiveness as well. Do you think with this, we can achieve the purpose of being transparent? Because now everyone has to know, oh my God, I can be the one. So I need to know who is doing what. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And does it not bring more involvement of each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So even if Scrum Master is the facilitator for all the ceremonies, Scrum Master has the right to enable the team. He has to bring the team spirit in every single member, and he can play in this way. So as a future Scrum Master, you can think in that way. With me so far, everyone?
Yes, Guru.
Yeah. Are you learning something? Any questions so far? Any logical, ethical question? Okay. I'll take this silence as a no. So everyone on the team is in the loop, and the answers make people accountable for what they say they will deliver. Okay. So here you go on and you can recommitting the stuff when you are speaking in this daily stand-up meeting. The result of this meeting are typically shared with the client. Okay, means the board will get updated, the relative confluence will get updated, backlogs keep from backlogs things have become the into the sprint backlog. From there it will continue to move from to do to in progress to done. And this daily communication makes sure that if something is holding up to the team, they can get a response quickly. Okay, because now everyone is involved. With me so far, everyone? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
thank you. Now, so here it has advised you to how to remember. So last it says that this is what I have done since last we met. Okay. And bottleneck says that these are the obstacles I have encountered. And this is what I plan to do today. And that becomes the next step. Now I was talking about, let me quickly check if I can do that. I'm opening something for you. Yeah. Wait a second. Let me reshare my screen. Okay, so now what I have done is that I have shared one tool with you. That's Jira that you can see on my screen. Are you able to see that, everyone?
Mhm.
Yes,
sir.
yeah.
Yes.
Good. So let it load, and then I'll tell you what exactly I wanted to tell next to you. Wait a second, let it load. Wait a second. I don't know what do you mean by this picture. Can you join in from immigration at guruschools.com and start the meeting? You don't need to register at all. Yeah. So, and you will be the host as well, co-host as well. You can take the command from now. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was speaking with something. Yeah. So now you see here. So say, for example, these are the backlog, everyone. I hope you are able to see that. Okay, backlog at the down. Everything, can you see that? Imagine there are thousands of tickets. What do we call them as?
Tickets.
Tickets. Even though they look like a line, but there are a lot of information into that. And that's the reason we call them as a candidate, or we call them as a guys, or we call them as a ticket. Okay. Ultimately, everything has to be in ticket. And you can, if you decide to pull something into the ongoing sprint because you have prioritized, you can pull them like this. Okay. You need to just drag it and you have to pull it over here. Okay. Got it? And when you leave, you will become the part of it. And then the time comes in where you can push onto this button and you can start the sprint. Okay. So coming back over here. Yeah. Yeah. So this you see here. Okay. So product backlog, just now I showed you all the information. You prioritize them, put into the sprint backlog. How do you pull them based on the priority? So now how do you define the priority? The most famous way, there are multiple famous way. So I'll tell you how do you prioritize the product backlog. So product owner can prioritize with the help of Scrum Master, the item, and of course in presence of business analyst. The famous method is, there are multiple method. One is one method to which we call it as a this. What is this? What would you read this?
Moscow.
Moscow. Full form of Moscow, who can tell me? So MO is for the most wanted, or few people call them must have. What they call them? MO is for the most wanted, and few people call them as a must have. What they call them?
Must have.
Yeah, few requirement we must have. S is for what? Should have. S is for should have. And CO for
Would have.
Could have.
could have. And W is for
Would have.
no. W is for won't have.
Wanted.
Won't have. Customer can come up with stars and moon. Sometimes you need to prioritize in that manner that sometimes customer won't require them. Okay, so it will become won't have. Right with me so far, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah, super. Now, this is one. There is another method to which we call it as a stack ranking. What do we call it as a?
Stack rank.
Stack ranking.
Stack ranking, where we just need to give the numbers 1, 2, 3. Whatever is the most priority will go on the top as 1, and then lesser priority will go as 2, and then 3, and so on. Okay. So Moscow is there, stack ranking is there. So there are n number of such methods. Okay. Using that, you can prioritize the work. Okay. So any questions so far?
No.
No. Then once in the sprint planning meeting, you come up with the sprint goal of the sprint of the sprint backlog. In the planning meeting, you define what you want to achieve, to which you are calling as a sprint goal. Every single day you start implementing, and you also make sure that you are updating in the stand-up meeting, daily scrum. What we call them, daily stand-up meeting. What is the another name of daily stand-up meeting?
There is Scrum.
Daily Scrum.
Daily Scrum. One fine day you realize work is over, and you can invite customer to give what?
Review.
Review. And what we will call this meeting as?
Review.
Meeting.
Sprint review meeting.
Yeah. And once customer gives a go, you deploy the item, okay, of the completed product. If they are marked as done, customer is happy. And then in parallel, you can have this meeting. What we call this meeting as?
Retrospect meeting.
Sprint
Retrospect.
retrospective.
Yes. So what we did just now, we started with the sprint planning more in detail. Yes or no? We learned what happens inside, what does not happen. Then we learned the stand-up meeting, daily scrum meeting. That is the second meeting. Okay. Daily stand-up meeting, DSU, we call them, daily scrum meeting. Then comes what meeting I should be taking next? What
Review.
meeting should come?
Review meeting.
Yes. Next comes sprint review meeting. So let's shift over there. Okay. On the sprint review meeting. The whole idea is that present in front of whom? Entire work you have done, you will be presenting in front of whom?
Customer.
Customer.
Yeah, you will be presenting in front of customer and sponsors. Okay. In front of whom?
Customers and sponsors.
Customers and sponsors, and of course you can invite other vendors and suppliers. Okay, the higher management and team will be demoing that, team will be presenting that. Okay, and they will be receiving the feedback from the customer. Okay, how it has been. Okay, earlier we used to call it as a demo meeting, but now we call them as in sprint review meeting. Okay, and the whole idea behind this is that you come up with this. What is this?
Best quality.
Best quality that customer accept. And who facilitate this meeting? Who is this?
The coach.
He is the Scrum Master. Does not look like though. So he facilitates the meeting. Yeah. I want to invite someone to read this bullet point for me, please.
The sprint review meeting should be a natural result of the sprint involving the product owner, the Scrum team, the Scrum Master, management, customers, and the developers from other projects.
Yeah. All these people will become the part of sprint review meeting. Anyone who will not be the part of this meeting, do you know? When we say everyone, it means that everyone has to be the part of that. Okay. So any questions so far in this sprint review meeting? Okay, I'll take this as a no, but we need to understand what exactly happened
Gaurav,
in this. Yeah,
can you repeat the other slide? The slide which you did before?
just a second. Yeah, what do you want me to repeat?
The
What do you
slide,
want me?
the slide you were talking about before this.
The earlier slide?
Product backlog and sprint backlog.
Okay, this one. Okay, so I was talking about in product backlog, what do? You prioritize the item, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, so there are ways to prioritize. The first one, which I called them as what?
Moscow.
Who can tell me?
Moscow.
Moscow. Gibran, can you tell me the full form of Moscow?
Moscow must have,
Okay,
should, could, and wanted to have.
Moscow means MO is for what?
And for must have.
Must have. It
Oh.
is for most wanted, but people call it as a must have as well.
Oh,
S is for
should have,
and CO is for
could have,
and W is for
wanted.
won't have.
Oh.
Won't have. So why we have most have? Because customer can ask for anything. Okay, and there's somewhere we need to limit it. Okay, so you can prioritize well in advance so that you are going to take the only prioritized item in which sprint backlog, because you are going to consider them for sprint planning meeting, right?
Yep.
So this is one of the prioritization method. There is another one to which we call it as what? Stack ranking method.
Oh.
What do we call them as?
Stack ranking.
Stack ranking. What happens in stack ranking? Based on the priority, you are going to give them a number. 1 is as top, and 2 is below than that. 3 is the below than that, and 4th is just below that. Okay, and this is how you do that. And then in the sprint planning meeting, you come up with the sprint goal, and every single day you start working towards implementation, and then every single day you run this meeting, to which we call it as what meeting?
Daily Scrum.
Daily Scrum. There is one more name to this daily Scrum, and what is that?
Stand-up meeting.
Daily stand-up meeting. And because we have learned more in detail about this daily stand-up and sprint planning meeting, the time comes now to move to which meeting?
Review.
Review meeting. Okay. And who was asking me the question to repeat this? Do you have any question? Anything you think that you have missed?
No, I'm good.
You're good, Aparna?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. So I'll move to the next slide then. Okay. But before I move, let me quickly check if Prerna is there and she can take it. Yeah, Prerna, can you take it from here?
Hey,
I
hi,
can make
Gaurav.
you
Yeah,
host.
give me a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
please make me host. Give me a minute. Yeah.
So training. So which one? I see your one name Prerna and one is training. So to which I make you host training or Prerna? Okay, we'll hear from Prerna and then I'll hand over to her. Make the right user the host, and then we'll move ahead. By the way, these are your the gang who are the part of sprint review meeting. Okay, and then we'll move to the agenda part. Okay, this is the sprint review agenda. Okay,
Yeah.
generally in the
Gaurav, I have reclaimed host. Yeah.
okay, you have reclaimed the host already. Okay, great.
Yes.
So I'm giving it to you. You can share your screen, right?
Yes, I'll do that. Just doing that, right? Give me a
Yeah, sure, sure.
Is my screen visible to all of you guys?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes,
Yes.
Prerna.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Thank you. So as Gaurav was explaining in detail about how the sprint process happens, let us understand one of the important ceremonies, that is sprint review. Okay. By now, you might have got this understanding that, okay, what is a review? Why do we do it? And how do we do it? Okay. So, but still, we will brush upon that and we'll try to understand why it is so important and how can we conduct that with best quality. Okay. So whatever we do in Scrum, we have to always ensure that it has to be of utmost quality. We have to deliver not only on time, we have to deliver not only as per the client expectation, but we have to deliver with best quality that we can offer. So what do we mean by that? Okay, is this image visible? Let me enlarge it for you. Second. Can everybody see and read this image mentioned? Yeah, is it
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
it's clear.
okay? So I'll just read it through for everybody's reference. So basically, this is what is sprint review is happening. As you can see, there are many people who are I as you can see, there are many people with different hairstyles and different capes and caps wearing. So, in short, they are trying to depict as judges. You know, can you see like little bit like judges? So they are in a way judging your performance. Okay, and then this is our Scrum Master because he or she is the one who facilitate this entire ceremony, and then this is our product owner with feedback on product. So he or she has this, I would say, kind of container or kind of list of in the entire feedback, and below we have all the team members. You can see, right? Everybody, it's shown different appearance wise, looks wise. There is different gender. So basically, trying to show the variety or the inclusiveness or the, I would say, different members of the Scrum team, like, or development team, whatever we call it. So this is basically happening, and we are also calling it as a demo. So instead of demo, it is basically a review. right? More or less similar, but review is the proper word. So this is the entire process, and this is actually happening, as what is mentioned in the image. Now I'll request someone to read the text mentioned on the right hand side, please.
A sprint review meeting should be a natural result of sprint involving the product owner, the Scrum team, and the Scrum Master, management, customers, and developers from other projects.
Thank you so much for reading it out. So as what we had discussed, that has been mentioned here, that a sprint review is basically a meeting or a demo or a presentation, which is a natural result. Natural result means if we follow the Scrum, this is the natural order. Like, first the planning, the discussion, then the implementation, including daily scrums or daily stand-up meetings, then the whatever the entire phase of implementation, analysis, design, development happening simultaneously, then getting into testing, and ultimately once that entire process is done, we come to the presentation part. So it is a natural process wherein it turn by turn, as you finish all of your steps or finish all of your activities, you come to this. Now, why this is important and why it should be of the best quality? The prime and most important reason is because it has it includes, or you present as a team, you present your work to all the stakeholders. Okay, here it is mentioned product owner, scrum master, manager, customer, developers from other teams, but everyone everyone and anyone who is interested in your project or who is associated in your project, they all are included. So it can also include delivery managers for your line of business, any senior management who is interested in your project, any third party organization who is providing their I would say resources to this project. So everyone who is connected, who is interested in the performance of the project, will be a part of it. So guys, remember, this is like your demo prior to delivery. So it is like you're presenting your work before actually handing it over to the customer. And by this presentation, the customer will understand that, okay, we have completed, you have completed this much work and you will give us this much work. And so basically, they will get an idea or get a hang of what has been completed, what is still pending, what could be done better, and I mean, what suggestions they are giving you. So that is why the feedback. So that is why the main reason for this review to be of best quality is, as you are presenting your output, presenting your hard earned, I would say, work, right? So that has to come out the best. There should not be any scenario then, okay, we were not able to finish this, or even if you finish work, you're not able to present well. No, there should not be any mistakes, and this ceremony should be taken very seriously and very practically, ensuring that everyone is giving their best performance and showcasing their completed work in a very effective way. Make sense? Any doubt?
I have one question, Prerna, here. By seeing this image, I don't know if it's a correct question or not. When we say
Uh-huh.
like we are the team of Scrum Master and everyone, we are giving the demo, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
demo part should be given by us, and the feedback should be from the customers and the product
Yes.
owner, right? So what
Yes,
does this
absolutely.
means? Yeah, if it is like this, even the developers also is ready to give a feedback, or how it works.
See, feedback is basically the reaction or response of all the stakeholders, right? It
Hmm.
can come from customer, it can come from management, it can come from anyone. So that is basically your improvement points, okay? Things you need to focus on. So something like developers might feel that they have given their best shot, they have worked quite well, they've completed the development, but the customer would want in something in different way, different pattern, in different style, in different functionality point of view. It can be anything and everything that comes as a remark, as a review feedback, that is jotted down, and that is also taken as a actionable item. It's not only jotted down. See, that is why you could see here the Scrum Master is also. Can you see this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let me use this. So Scrum Master. So even Scrum Master is having this, right? Am I using the managing? Give me a second. So see here, why it is. It doesn't work on image. Give me a second. So here, the Scrum Master also has a feedback, and the development team also has a feedback, right? So, pretty valid question, but the I would say angle to look at it is, first of all, it is not only remarks; it's a feedback. So when someone gives you a feedback, uh, the natural response to it is you're supposed to work on it, right?
Yeah.
So when we say we are going to, as a development team, we are planning to work on it, that means that should be included in our product backlog items. Yes or no?
Yes.
This is for everyone, guys. Okay. So that is the one of the reason why it is with this product owner, as well, because he has to add this to this product backlog item. That is why he has this list of, it's the symbolic way. He won't carry the entire list, but it is symbolic that he is maintaining this product backlog, and that is why even he is managing. He is also mentioned with the feedback, and then ultimately the development team will be the one who will be implementing that. So that is why they are also having the feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Does this answer your question,
Yes.
Geeta?
Yes. Prerna.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah. Thank you.
Anyone has any doubts in this?
No.
No? So let us go further. We will have more to understand. Now, this is super interesting. And if you learn this, if you understand this agenda, then you will be in a better position to know what is really happening, what is what it means when we say the sprint review is important. So sprint review is important for whom and how and why. So when I say for whom means, it is simply that everyone who is working for them, sprint review is important. So that is your development team, your product owner, your stakeholders. Well, for stakeholders, right? Because stakeholders are the ultimately people who will be receiving the product, right? Will be receiving the output. So from their point of view, it is extremely important that whatever feedback, whatever presentation that is happening, that should be of the best quality, and that should be as per their, I would say, requirements, what they had provided. If it is not, then there is a gap. So now let us understand what the development team has as an agenda for this review. Can anyone read out the first 5 points mentioned?
What went well, problems that arose, how they solved those problems, demonstrates completed work, product backlog items, answers any questions.
Yeah, thanks, Zubran, for reading it out. So, what are we saying? See, as a development team, now imagine you're a team member from development team and you're presenting. So, first and foremost thing that should be your mind, or that has to be on your mind, is what went well, right? So basically, you'll highlight that okay, we completed this, and we implement this latest technology, and we come up with this solution, and we could deliver this. So in short, you're highlighting, you're showcasing, you're making it look so nice and so important and so well delivered, that okay, we have completed this. Okay, so first and foremost is something that you have achieved, that you'll mention. Second point is problems that arose. So it is not only we have completed it, but we also faced some roadblocks, some issues, and some hurdles in it, and we successfully solved it. So the third point that naturally comes is, even though we had problems, how did we solve it, right? So that is your third point. So okay, so it might be a technical issue, it might be a functionality, misinterpretation, or there can be any kind of issue, no? So that doesn't have to be only technical. It can be a availability issue. The servers that we had to use, they came in late. It was a delivery, I would say, a slip, or it can be anything. Though I'm not saying that you have to blame it on anyone, any other department, or anybody, but then you have to highlight that, okay, though we had this issue, though we had this problem, still we resolved it, and we overcome that, and we delivered. So that is how it should sound like. Okay, next point is demonstrate completed work and product backlog items. Now this is the whole purpose of this entire meeting. So we ensure that we are demonstrating, we are showcasing, we are I would say presenting the work that has been completed, that okay, we had decided to complete this much requirement, this many requirements, and we've delivered that. We had planned to complete this much. So whatever you could finish, whatever you could complete, as per the sprint goal, right? As per the sprint goal, always remember. So we are working as per the sprint goal. So that is that is completed. So you can mention that way. So in short, whatever work that you have completed properly, nicely, with what problems you have completed, and how you overcome them, and how you achieved what you wanted to achieve, everything has to be mentioned nicely, properly, in such a manner that your overall achievement should be highlighted. Make sense? Any doubts?
No.
Okay. So yeah, next, let's go to next point. So we are saying, last but not the least, answer any questions. Now this goes without saying, as we are presenting, as we are showcasing, as we are mentioning, as we are talking, as we are highlighting our achievements, highlighting everything, so there are bound to be questions. So customer might ask, okay, what kind of technology you use, or how did you fix that problem if you're having any. So anything and everything that they can ask for. Okay, there is no hard and fast thing that what would be the question, but as it is your presentation, as the stakeholders are so important, we have to answer the questions. Okay, so this is what happens. This is what is the agenda from development team point of view. We are saying, highlight what has been done properly, mention what is what could have gone wrong, or what was the roadblock, but how did you manage to I would say face it and overcome it, and how did you solve the problem, and the completed work as per the sprint goal, and ultimately answering the questions or any queries that the audience has. Okay, so this is the important part. We are done from development team point of view, understanding agenda. If no one has any doubts, let's go to product owner. Okay, anyone here has any doubt in these points? Yeah, Aparna, Ujjwala, Jibran, Geeta, Kajal,
No.
Puneet, Shilpa, Dev,
No, we're good.
everyone okay?
Yep.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Now let us understand from product owner point of view. Though there are only 2 points mentioned, but trust me, though those are really, really very effective and very important. So can I request someone to read out the product owner agenda points, please? Go
Discuss
ahead.
discuss current snapshot of the product backlog and the roadmap, projects likely completion dates with various completion date or that is velocity assumptions.
Thank you, Geeta. So what are we saying? Discuss the current snapshot of product backlog and roadmap. Now, remember the choice of words, okay? Always remember how well we have framed it, or we are, trying to put it forward from product owner point of view. So we are saying discuss the current snapshot of product backlog. So current means what is the present status? What is the present status of the product backlog item? Now that is very important. Okay, what is happening right now, or where are we standing? What all have we have completed? Uh, which all items are still pending? Where do we stand from completion point of view? So that is the current and live status that we share, and along with that roadmap. So we can say, okay, we had 100 requirements at the beginning. Now we have reached to 50 requirements. So we are halfway done. We have completed almost 50% of project work. And now we are going forward for the remaining 50%. Get my point? So this is basically where we stand from the, I would say, delivery point of view, and where we have to reach. So it's basically along with highlighting our completed work, also showcasing that, okay, we'll have to reach there. That is our ultimate goal, or that is our ultimate objective, or that is our ultimate roadmap to achieve our goal for this project. So this is product owner's first and foremost agenda. Second is project completion dates, likely completion dates with various completion rate, that is again velocity and assumption. So I'm not sure, but I've always mentioned that Gaurav has made a very good video, 30 minutes in detail explanation video on capacity and velocity, wherein it is mentioned how do we measure that, how it is accounted for. So we will share that in the group, and you will understand that in detail. But just to throw some light on it as of now. So as a product owner, he or she is in a capacity mean that we are saying that how much work we can complete in given period of time, and what is our final delivery date look like. And velocity in short simply means what is the speed, or what is the I would say completion rate of our work that is being undertaken, and that how much ultimately will help us to deliver. So basically, if we are saying that we are able to finish 10 requirements in one sprint of 10 days, so if we keep up the same pace, if we keep up the same speed, we will be able to complete another 30 requirements in next 3 sprints. Just a hypothetical example. Okay, so what are we saying? Project completion dates. So having this speed, having this completion rate, it's like projecting about the future. If we are completing this much right now, we can complete this amount of work in future. So as simple as how are during our exam days, we used to prepare schedules prior to exams during especially school days. I'm not sure how sincere all of us were in college, but is there anyone who did not prepare any schedule before the exam during school days? Who did not? I'm not saying who did. Okay, let me reverse the question. Please show thumbs up if you have prepared any timetable or schedule before exam for your studies. Please have thumbs up. No, nobody prepared. Okay, only Geeta prepared. How about others? Kajal, Swarupa, Ponu, Ujwala, Dev, Zubran, Aparna. You did not prepare any timetable before exams?
No,
No, I did.
we did. I did.
Only,
Yes.
only for board exams we prepared.
Only that was so clever. Only for board exam, because that marks count, for your overall life. Okay. Interesting answer. So at least you were sincere for some exams, right? So yes. So why did we do that? Why did we have the timetable? So it was just for our basic understanding that, okay, if I'm completing one chapter in 2 hours, then I'll complete subsequent 2 chapters in next 4 hours, right? That was the basic maths that was being used for this schedule. But if somebody comes in, your cousin comes over, or any good movie on the, that time, India, or especially in India, we had so less channels, So any good movie coming on one of the channels, barely one or two, if I remember, DD1 and National Channel, something like that. DD1 and DD2, Doordarshan 1 and Doordarshan 2. It's a nostalgic time period we had. So if any movie comes, good movie comes in, you spend the time on that. Anybody, any guest came in, and you some kind of honestly wasted some time with them. So you were just, I would say, and then you saw, oh, my schedule what got disturbed, or you could not finish your chapters within that stipulated time. So that is kind of like a scenario we are mentioning here, but a lot on a professional setup, a lot on a serious note, that okay, when we are saying that we will complete work, we have statistical data, we have some background to it, we have seen our earlier completion rate, and then as per that we are focusing.
That's right.
Yeah. Gaurav, are you there? Gaurav, are you there? Can you hear me? Guys, give me a second. Gaurav, can you hear me? Please unmute. Yeah. So any doubts in this? We were discussing about project likely completion dates and how do we come up with these. Yeah. Any doubts in product owner's point of view?
Mm.
Yes. No.
No.
Okay. Gaurav, can you hear me? Are you around? Hello. Okay. I guess he's on mute or he's not around. Okay. Fine. So let us go next. Give me a second. Now let us understand the agenda from the development team's point of view. Can I request someone to read out all the points mentioned? Let us discuss in detail. Go ahead. Development team's point of view for this sprint review.
Development team talks about the sprint, reviewing the goal for the sprint, demonstrating new features implemented during the sprint, requesting feedback from the stakeholders, discussing work not yet accomplished, identifying risks and impediments, reviewing project increment objectives, looking ahead to the next sprint using the top lines from the product backlog.
Thank you. Thank you for reading it out. So let us understand what is the development team's take on this. Okay, what is their agenda? What are they proposing? So first of all, reviewing the goal for the sprint. Okay, so this is first and foremost that whatever work that we have completed, what we have delivered, what was the goal that was committed, that was planned, that we have completed, that we have achieved, and let us understand, let us review that. Okay, the how does it look, what does the functionality look like, what are the features included, and everything that has been completed. So that is the first and foremost. That's why it is mentioned as the first point. Okay, a review the goal for the sprint. Next is demonstrating new features implemented. Now this is something like, about showcasing your work, about highlighting your work, that okay, we not only completed, but we also added some features, we've added something nice and new, something innovative, anything that is you want to mention as important, that can be highlighted. So demonstrating new features, right? So what is the new that you added? What is the new functionality from technical point of view, technical aspect, or how did you manage to overcome any, I would say, functional complexity, or there was some challenges. So basically, you're highlighting your achievements. Okay. Next and most important is requesting feedback from the stakeholders. So you're not only highlighting and showcasing your work, but you're also asking, or you're also requesting all the stakeholders to come up with their responses, come up with their feedback. Okay, how did they feel? What did they feel about? And what are their thoughts on this completed work? Right, and this is really important because this feedback also goes as a product backlog items for the subsequent sprint, right? That is also included. Next point, discussing work not yet accomplished. Okay, so now this is a different scenario. First and foremost, it can be something that is not completed during this sprint, in case, as in, in case if something is not completed in this sprint, that you can develop, that you can discuss. And second point is, what are the currently remaining product backlog items? Okay, in this scenario, there is nothing pending from this sprint, but okay, what are the future sprint, upcoming items that can be discussed? Okay, so we've completed this many PBI items now, and for upcoming sprint, we'll take from this list and we'll finish this and that, so everything that is still to be done, kind of, are items that we can discuss, or we can just highlight on them that okay, we still yet to finish this. Last, towards the end, identifying risk and impediments. Okay, so you can always highlight that we did not only finish the work, but we also had faced some of the, I would say, technical or understanding or whatever, there can be actual time crunch, there can be actual technical issues, there can be understanding issues, there can be anything that was major impacting your delivery, but then how did you identify that and how did you resolve that? Okay, it's not only identifying and but also resolving the risk and impediments. And last but not the least, reviewing project increment objectives. That means what are the, even we've discussed what is the incomplete or pending work, how are we looking at it from the completion point of view, how are we planning to finish it, how the next sprint looks like, what are the agenda for upcoming sprints, how are we able to manage if we are short on resource, how are we manage that, if you want to if it's something new technology or new concepts or new, I would say, a functionality that the customer wants us to implement, how are we planning to do that? So throw some light on our future plans. Okay, I'm not saying that we have to have in detailed discussion, but at least enough discussion, enough, I would say, hand holding, that the customer would feel comfortable that okay, our work is being done properly, and they are confident about finishing the project, or even in case there are any complexities, the team is very well equipped to handle that. And last but not the least, looking ahead at the next sprint and taking the top line items from the product backlog. Now, this is just for everyone's reference. Product backlog items are all ordered as per priority, so all the most important items are mentioned at the top. All the high priority items are mentioned on the top. So we are saying as a development team that okay, in coming sprints, will take all the high priority, most important PBI items from the list or from the product backlog, and we will complete that. So basically, in short, if we have to understand what this agenda for from development team's point of view is, that how much work we've completed, how we managed that work, even though there were issues, or I would say impediments in that, how well we achieved that, then understanding the feedback from the customer, and finally how do we manage to finish the incomplete or the pending work for future. Make sense? So this is what the agenda that looks like from the development team's point of view. Any doubts in this, guys? Anyone? Yes? Anyone? Oh, everyone okay? Are you tired? Are you sleepy?
Yes.
Yes, that was the right answer. Yes. So, okay, before we wind up, I would just request everyone to give in one word or one short sentence, or how they felt about today's session. How did they find today's topic, today's learning, today's delivery of coaching? Yeah, anyone can start. Go ahead. Yeah. Should I invite you?
It was informative.
Okay. Informative. Thank you, Aparna. Next person.
It was informative and involving everybody's reviews and feedbacks.
Yes. So you felt involved. You felt that you were a part of this entire process. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Thank you, Jwala.
Sure.
Yes. Next person.
Inclusive.
Yes. Inclusive. Thank you, Zibran. Thank you so much. Yeah. Who wanna go next?
Uh,
Geeta.
yeah, yes, Prerna.
Very interesting
It was
topic.
interesting, and it was involvement, everybody involved, and it's like it was like a meeting, like a Scrum Master, like yeah, it was like
That's a good answer. So it was more or less like a review, right? So
yeah,
we were learning a topic, but still in that topic we were discussing. Okay, this could be done better, and you also added your inputs here and there. So yes, thank you. So Rupa, what do you want to say?
Very interesting topics in the daily Scrum Master meetings and stand-up. Like time is the 15 minutes, not in the long time. Stand-up meetings. You know,
Yes,
very
yes, yes,
interesting.
yes. Yes. Now who is left? I think Dev and Ponu. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, it was refreshing. I'm sorry I got late, so I missed most of the part. But I have a question, Prerna. Uh, are you guys sending the recording for this session in the group? Because I don't see it.
We are a little delayed from our end. We are having some technical challenges as of now, but I'm on top of it. I'm connecting with HR. So once it is done, you can see that in the group. So give
Yeah.
us some time. We are on
Okay,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. I do have recording from the previous session, but I
That's
just want
great.
to
That's
follow
great.
the discussion takes place into every session.
Yeah, yeah, we will, because as of now, there's so many activities involved for Guruschools that Dev sir is traveling into conferences and many things happening. So the HRs are tied up, and we are working on it. So yes, we will send. Thank you. Thank
All
you
right.
for the highlighting this, Dev. Yes, yeah. Ponu, you want to add something?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, today I gained new knowledge and picked up new
Nice.
informations and very useful things. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Ponu, you speak so well, but I did not hear from you. At least I did not hear from you during the session. So we'd love to hear your voice. You sound nice, and we'll enjoy if you add some bits to our session as well.
Sure,
Going
I
ahead,
will.
okay?
Today is my first class. Just I am going. Yeah,
Ah,
definitely I will.
yes, no. I'm so sorry I missed that because I was facing some challenges and I could not start my. Apparently, there was some update that happened on my that planned update happened on my laptop, and that just gave me some issue, and I could not start on time. So I requested Gaurav to start the session,
Yeah.
and so I missed that. So I'm really sorry. Thank you so
No
much,
problem.
and
I can
welcome to Guruschools
understand.
family.
Yeah, it's happened sometime.
Yeah. Yes, so welcome to our family, and we will have a lot of fun and we'll have a lot of involvement. As you saw, this is not a recording or a monologue. We always encourage everyone to speak and to share their views. So
Yeah.
so glad to be with you here, and thank you everyone for your involvement and for your I would say continuous support. We'll see you tomorrow once again. Okay, chalo, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Prerna.
Bye. Keep learning. Bye. Bye. Bye.